Belgium is formally investigating Russian attempts to influence the outcome of the European elections in June. The Prime Minister, Alexander De Croo, said that the Kremlin had bribed some MEPs to spread its propaganda and disinformation to get more pro-Russian politicians elected. He added politicians from several countries had been targeted and some had been given money, others were influenced in other ways. He stressed that EU-wide action was needed to counter the interference. The Czech Republic has also opened an investigation. Meanwhile, Ukraine's President Zelensky has warned that his country is rapidly running out of air defences and artillery to fend off Russian attacks. He says that if US Congress continues to hold up $60 billion in military aid, then Ukraine will lose its war against Russia. Already, Russia has intensified its air campaign against Ukraine, hammering its energy infrastructure and urban areas. On Thursday, a major power plant near Kyiv was destroyed by Russian strikes. And these are images from the city of Kyiv, which has come under intense bombardment over the past few days. Well, let's speak now to Marian Zablotsky, who's a member of the Ukrainian parliament. Hello to you. Just to talk about how vulnerable the energy infrastructure is, because as I just mentioned yesterday, there were these big attacks on an important plant. It is very vulnerable, isn't it?
It is vulnerable unless you have anti-air missiles, and unfortunately, we are desperately running out of them. So the Russian military technologies are not that far from Iran or North Korea. US Patriot missiles do shoot them down very effectively, but unfortunately, as maybe Israel very soon, we are also under attack from Iranian drones. So almost 3,000 Iranian drones were also fired at Ukraine energy grid since the beginning of only 2024.
Yeah, and so this is why President Zelensky again pleading with countries to help on the air defences side of things. You've been to the front line, haven't you? You're in contact with people on the front line all the time. Just tell us what they're telling you they need.
Well, very simple. They need ways and means to shoot back, because the morale drops really fast when you're under fire and cannot respond. So just a brief estimate, if previously our soldiers were allowed to fire 60 shells per artillery gun per day, now it's down to 5 maybe per day and sometimes down to 0. While Russia has ramped up production and received over 3 million artillery shells from North Korea, at least according to South Korean Defense Ministry.
Now you've got this new legislation which is aimed at helping mobilize troops. How are people feeling about that? Because are you expecting the numbers to increase significantly soon then?
Well, people are willing to fight, but as long as they know that they have ways and means to respond. And unfortunately, the US aid has been locked for 6 months now, which definitely resulted in thousands of Ukrainian deaths, which could have been avoided. We had to strengthen our conscription rules, not necessarily or always for people to go into the fight, but as you know, for one person shooting, there needs to be 5 to 6 people servicing him, for him to have the available gear, for it to be repaired, for fuel to be available, etc. So unfortunately, we did have to strengthen conscription rules to get more conscripts.
Yeah, you have been in the US, haven't you, campaigning to try to get some movement on this aid package. How would you say the mood was? How were you received there?
Oh, we're always received very well, and I'm pretty sure that vast majority of US public, according to polls, and nearly the entire politicians that we meet, do support further aid of Ukraine. But unfortunately, for whatever reasons, it's been deadlocked for 6 months now, and unfortunately, that's resulted in very real casualties. Although I do know that majority of both Republican and the Democratic Party do support further aid to Ukraine.
Okay, well, thank you so much for talking to us. Marian Zablotsky, a member of the Ukrainian Parliament. Thank you.